Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this session, we are going to discuss about creating a line chart and an area chart. So far we have discussed about, in the last video, we discussed about creating a clustered column chart and a clustered bar chart. So let's start with the discussion. So I'll just simply click here on new page and I will name this page as, let's say, first of all, we want to create a line chart. So I will name it as line chart. All right. Now I will expand the visualizations pane and I will also expand the data pane. And this is the data that we have, right? All right. Now let's say since we want to create a line chart, so I will click here on this line chart icon under this visualizations pane and it will create a blank line chart for us. Now let's increase the size of this line chart. All right. So we have increased the size of this line chart. And let's say on this line chart, we want to represent the profit for, let's say, different shipping modes. So I can just simply double click on the profit field from the data pane and will drop it here in the y-axis bucket. And then I will double click on this ship mode and will drag and will drop it here in the x-axis bucket. So here you can see that for different ship modes, that is a standard class, second class, first class, and same day, we have a line chart created, right? And the sum of profit or the profit is being represented or shown using through this particular line chart. Now let's format this line chart. So I will first of all click here on this line chart and then let's say since I want to format it, so I'll just simply click here on format your visual. Then I'll click on general effects. Let's say we want to add a border again. So I'll just simply click here on border. I'll change this border to on. I'll now click on this visual. And now let's say we want to change the color for this line chart first of all. So under this lines, we can just simply change the color under this colors. And as of now, this blue color is selected. I will change it, let's say, to purple. All right. Now, again, we want to remove the grid lines. You can see horizontal grid lines in this chart. So again, I will just simply under this grid lines, I will simply change this horizontal to off. And again, along the horizontal axis or the x-axis, we do not want the title to be there, but we do want the values to be there. So we keep it on. We'll keep the values along the x-axis on, but we will not keep the title on. And now we can further change the formatting of the values written along the horizontal axis. So let's say we want to keep it Times New Roman. We want to increase the size. And let's say we want to keep it bold, italic, and let's say we want to keep it black. All right. And along the vertical axis, let's say we do not want the values and we do not want the title as well. So I will just collapse this x-axis. Now I'll click on y-axis and I will change this values to off and I'll change the title as well to off. And now let's say we do not want any title for this particular line chart, or maybe we want a title, but we will write profit by ship mode. So I will just simply click here on general. And under this title, we will remove this sum of, and now you can see that profit by ship mode is written there. And you can further change the font style from here. And you can increase the size and maybe you can keep it italic. And maybe you can change the alignment as well. Let's keep it center. We can further increase the size if we want to. All right. Now let's say we want to add markers in this particular visual line chart. So having this line chart selected, I will click on visual and then under this we have markers and I will change this markers to on and you can see that these bubbles appear here. If you will hover the mouse over near this bubble, so it will show you the name of the ship mode and it will also show you the total profit. So let's say as of now, if I'll hover the mouse over any of the bubbles or markers, you can see that sum of profit is written, but I only want total profit to be written there instead of sum of profit. So having this line chart selected, I will click here on add data to your visual and under this y-axis bucket, I'll simply double click on the name of this field that is present here in the y-axis bucket and I will remove this sum of from here. And I'll only write profit and I'll press enter. Now, if you'll hover the mouse over any of the bubbles, you can see that the name of the ship mode is written, that is same day, and the total profit for that particular ship mode is now being represented or shown. So that's how you can create a line chart. If I further want to change or use different types of markers, then we can have that as well. So having this line chart selected, we'll further click on format your visual and under this markers, we can further change the shape. So under this shape, you have this type. So let's say you want to choose this square, and let's say you further want to increase the size. And in fact, even if for these markers, if you want to change the color, so you can change the color for markers as well. So let's say, as of now, default is selected, but I will choose some other color. So now you can see that a different color has been chosen for the markers that we have represented on this line chart. So that's how you can create a line chart in Power BI Desktop. Now let's say I want to replace this line chart by an area chart. So having this line chart selected, the line chart that we have created, I will simply click here on this area chart. And now you can see that this line chart is replaced by an area chart. Now if I will click again on the line chart, so similarly the line chart will be created. Now let's say I do not want to replace this line chart by an area chart, but I want to add a separate area chart like this. So I will further click on this new page, and I will name this page as area chart. And since here I am interested in creating an area chart, so I'll just simply click here on this area chart icon under this visualizations pane, and it will create a blank area chart for us. I will resize it. All right. Sorry. Just double click and resize it like this. And let's say here we want to represent the total quantity sold. So we can just simply drag this quantity from the quantity field from the data pane, and we can just simply drop it here in the y-axis bucket. And let's say we want to show the quantity for different ship modes. So we can simply drag the ship mode field from the data pane, and we can just simply drop it here in the x-axis bucket. Now, since we want this area chart to have same formatting as that of the line chart that we created, so we will just again go back to the previous page, that is line chart page. We will simply click here on this line chart that we have created. Under this home tab, we have format painter. I'll just simply click on it. I will come back to area chart page, and I will simply click here on this area chart. And now you can see that the formatting for this area chart has changed, but the shaded area and the color of the line has not changed. So we can further change it by formatting this particular area chart. So having this area chart selected, I will just simply click here on format your visual, and under this lines, we can change the color from here. So that is your colors section. So under this colors, you can further choose a different color. Let's choose purple. Right? So you can see that the shaded area has also changed and the color of the line has also changed. If you further want to change the transparency of the shaded area, so you can change it from here. Let's say if I'll decrease it, so you can see that it is becoming darker now. And if I'll increase it, so the shaded area is becoming lighter now. So you can actually format this area chart in this way, right? And let's say you want to change the data labels to on for this area chart. So you can just simply change it to on, because we have removed the values from the vertical axis or the y-axis. So we cannot see the quantity value, the sum of the quantity for each one of the markers, right, that are represented on this area chart. So that's why we can change this data labels to on, and we can further format these data labels as well. So I will further expand this data labels, and under this data labels, we have something called values. You can just simply expand the values, and you can maybe change it to black. And you can maybe further increase the size, and you can keep it bold, right? So the same you can do with the line chart as well. So we will go back to the line chart page, and here also we should have represented the data labels, because we cannot see the total profit being represented for different ship modes. So having this particular line chart selected, I will simply click here on format your visual, and under this data labels, I will change this data labels to on. And since we further want to format it, so under this data labels, under this values, we can further change the color, let's say to black, and we can further increase the size, and we can choose the font size of our choice. So you can choose any font size, right? So that's how you can create a line chart and area chart. And we will meet in the next session, where we will discuss about creating a ribbon chart and other combined charts, map visuals, and we will be discussing about other visuals as well in the upcoming sessions. So I hope this video was helpful. We'll meet in the next session. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye.